Hello, and welcome to At Home with Lucas. So today we're going to talk about ENOMIR. ENOMIR is a smartwatch company that makes a wide variety of smartwatches, but I actually got my hands on the first round smartwatch that I've ever reviewed on this channel. Typically I deal with the standard rectangles, but this time I got myself a circle, people. Woo! So in this video, we're doing a hands-on with the box, quick unboxing and first impressions on said smartwatch. After that, I'm going to be putting this bad boy to the At Home with Lucas test to figure out is it something you should buy or maybe skip altogether. I'm here for you, so I don't have to waste your time buying and returning. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right, let's take a closer look at this bad boy right quick. So up the top, you have Smartwatch Do Sports. That is such a funny little saying right there. This is super shimmery, as you can see. Very rainbow effect going on there. There's an outline of what's to come in the box. Let's go ahead and slide it open and take a look at what's inside. That is a perfect unboxing right there, I have to say. Okay, the first thing that's tucked away at the bottom is the user instructions. You're definitely going to want to read through all of this so you know how to get this watch set up super fast. Okay, it looks like it comes with their standard magnet and pin charging cable right here. This is interesting. It comes with its own little pins, so if you lose the ones, I'm guessing, you have backups right here. So that's really interesting. All right, let's take a look at the creme de la creme, people. Dun 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 dun. Ooh, that is not a bad looking display right there. Wow, I'm liking that. Okay, the first thing you notice is that this is made out of solid metal right here. This has a weight to it that is unlike any other budget-friendly smartwatch that I've reviewed. So right off the bat, I am impressed. Okay, let's go ahead and walk around this watch real quick. So over on the right side right here, you have their button. It looks like there's only one button on this entire watch. So that is telling me also that this thing is pretty premium. It is definitely something that already is calling for some quality for sure. The bezels right here are circular, so it's a circle bezel that runs around the whole entire watch face. It's not looking bad at all, and that the density of this is really nice, and it's completely smoothly rounded and tapers down perfectly into the watch itself. So that is really cool. On the back here, it looks like you have some legit sensors. So once again, not a budget friendly set of sensors. That's usually on higher end watches. So that's telling me we're going to get some pretty good readouts, I would imagine. Okay, let's talk about the watch band itself. So on the inside, it's pretty much soft touch rubber, and then the outside, it's a little bit more textured. Still soft touch, just a little bit different than the inside itself. And it looks like this watch band is designed to fit every single wrist out there, from toddler to giant human. So it looks like they're saying, yep, we're just going to fit every wrist out there, and more than likely they'll have additional bands that you can buy. So that's cool. Okay, so it looks like there's a microphone port right there, which is really cool. That means we're possibly going to get some assistants that we can talk to and make phone calls and whatnot, but there's no speaker, so that could just be a reset port right there. Yeah, I'm not seeing any speaker unless it's tucked to... Oh, there's the speaker right there. Haha, let me turn on my flashlight. Whoa, okay, so there's the speaker port right there. There's two of them, which makes sense. That's at the top of the watch. Okay, let's go ahead and try the one-handed. Okay, that went on really nicely. Let's go ahead and lock this in. Okay, that feels really nice on the wrist. Let's see how the sleeve goes over it really easily. Because of how smooth it is right here, it's going to go over super easily. So if you wear long sleeves, that's going to be really nice. Yeah, it fits on the wrist. It's a little bit big. I definitely wear everything on my left wrist, so when I put stuff on my right, it's always weird. This is my Fitbit Sense right here. So far, I am definitely impressed. It feels really good on the wrist. I like the density of it. It has enough weight to it, but it doesn't feel like it's digging into my wrist. And I have very sensitive wrists, so the fact that this feels comfortable on my wrist right now is a big thumbs up. So first impressions, I'm thoroughly blown away. I always go into these budget-friendly smartwatch reviews with a sort of sense of this thing's going to be slightly terrible, but right off the bat, I have to say I am impressed. I like the look of it. I like the build quality. And of course, it's all going to come down to what is actually going on the inside and how well the user interface is built. So that's what we're going to jump into next. I'm excited. Okay, this is the app right here that you're going to be downloading. When you scan the QR code, it takes you to a little web page where you can click iOS or Android. So that's really cool. This is, of course, the Android app right here. We'll go ahead and open it. Oh, 100 plus watch faces. That's awesome. Yes, you got to have health monitoring in 2023. Okay, it looks like this is the main homepage right here for this app. Good morning, at home with Lucas. That's really cool. And it tells you that it's raining. You got your steps here. Oh, okay, interesting. You can click on each one. Oh, I like that. Very cool. Okay. No exercises recorded. Okay. Here's the dialer. Market. We're just going to go through this really quickly. Okay, I've seen some of these before. All right, I'm going to click on digital data. I like that one the most. Okay, so some of these are looking very familiar. Yes. Some of these are looking super familiar. Go to heart rate. Okay, that's interesting. They have outdoor cycle, they have walk, and they have outdoor run. I like how they're making that really simple. GPS, now I wonder if that GPS is my phone's or if that is the watch. I'm guessing it's going to be the phone. Let's go over to me. All right, very cool. I'm liking the bold image of the watch over here on the right. Oh, you can click on it. Let's see if there's an upgrade. It's got the latest firmware. Okay, very cool. All right, let's change the units from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Woohoo, now I can read it. All right, that's really cool. I'm liking the layout of this app. It's very, very simple. Well, that's a redundancy. You can click on watch settings or you can click on the watch. It takes you to the same place. Okay, a little bit of redundancy. All right, they're going to give you medals. That's cool. Okay, there we go. This is a very, very simple app. I'm loving it so much. I'm giving it 4.9 out of 5 stars right off the bat. Very much Fitbit-esque, very much similar to some of the better apps out there. So this is an app that I feel like I could jump into, know exactly what I'm doing, and feel like I'm not missing out on anything. Oh, you could change your avatar. Very interesting. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, so this is really simple. I'm liking it a lot. You can, yeah, you get exactly what you need and you move on. Awesome. Okay, so during my testing, I found that this display was actually bright enough for the sunniest of days. I didn't get the recording done during sunny days, but when it was sunny, I was definitely happy that I could look down at the watch and see exactly what I needed to see. So the brightness levels are good enough for sunny days. It's not the brightest watch in the world, but it's definitely going to give you enough to where you can glance down, see the brightness, and keep on going. Plus, the viewing angles are phenomenal, as I'm going to say throughout this video. So it really adds to the ability to see it in full sun. So big thumbs up for that. Definitely passed the outdoor test. Okay, I'm about to do a 645 by Beachbody. I'm going to put this thing into workout mode. Okay, so the best workout mode I could find is this one right here, free training. I'm going to click on that. All right, there we go. We got beats per minute, and then we got calorie burn. Okay, just finished a great workout. The watch felt good on the wrist. It's definitely heavy, so definitely take note of that. This is a very heavy watch, probably the heaviest watch I've ever owned. I'm going to put it on a scale just so you guys can see just how heavy it is. But yeah, it is very, very heavy. It is interesting, you only get calories and heart rate, but I didn't mind that. I wasn't like, oh no, that's not enough. I am doing just a very simple workout, so it's not going to give me any other measurements or anything like that, but that's what you get right there. And I don't think that these things on the outer edge are actually moving. I think it's just to look cool, that's all. But yeah, definitely did its job. I like how the heart rate monitor was on the entire time. I could actually see it working, the green underneath, so that was really cool. But yeah, definitely passed the workout test.
Okay, let's take a quick minute and talk about the responsiveness of this watch. So it's actually decently responsive. The accelerometer inside of there does a really good job of allowing you to flip your wrist and check it out. You can actually adjust how long the screen stays on with each flip. So this is at 6 seconds, which is actually the max. So you can go 6 seconds or less. If you want to save battery, you can go down to 1 second. If you just want to take a quick glance, but there you go. It does a dimming, and then the screen goes completely off. And I would say 9 times out of 10, it works perfectly. So that's really cool. And it even does the slightest, let's do the slightest wrist move. So we'll just go like this, and there you go. You can see it triggered. So I didn't even have to do the full wrist spin for it to activate. So they definitely dialed that in. Big thumbs up on that one. Okay, let's go ahead and walk through the user interface real quick. So this is the on-off button, so you can just quickly press it, and then it also takes you over to a menu right here. We can go through all of the different menu options down here. It's pretty packed full of a lot of different features, so that's kind of nice. If you swipe over from the left, you get this very weird little tiny menu, and it's quite strange. I'm not quite sure exactly why it's set up this way. It's almost impossible to hit those sometimes. Sometimes you press them and you get the wrong one because they're just so tiny. But it kind of also shows off how responsive this screen is, because when you do land directly on the one that you're trying to press, it's pretty cool. So that definitely is a weird, strange thing. I wish it would take up the whole screen, and I wish it would just give you a little bit more real estate, but nonetheless, that's what happens when you swipe from the left to the right. And then when you go this way, you get into your first card, is what I'm going to call it. And then you swipe again, you get into your second one here, which just gives you a quick readout, no dynamic ability to click and have more information shown. You swipe again and it starts to read your heart rate. You swipe again and it'll show you your sleep record. I don't sleep with my watches, so I have nothing for that. Then you have a weather, which is also not dynamic. You cannot click on it at all. Nothing happens. So it just tells you a quick update of what the weather is at the moment, which is kind of cool. And then you have more over here. You have your call records, your contact person, and then you have your dial. So that's another card, and then here's how you can play, pause music, and then you swipe again and you can add more cards. This is all you have basically. You have music, you have telephone, you have weather, sleep, heart rate, activity data, and workout. So those are what you can add. There are no apps on this watch, so you're not going to be able to get your Starbucks app. You're not going to be able to pay for Starbucks with it. You're not going to be able to do anything because this does not have an app store, and there's no ability to add anything more than what's already on here. Of course, they can go ahead and update things and add stuff as they want. If you do the drop down from up here, you can adjust the brightness really easily, which I think is really cool. I like the animation. I like how it shows you that now you're basically dim, and then you tap it and it starts to fill up that circle. So that's really cool. This is how you can shut off your wrist. So when you move your wrist, it will not activate. And then of course you have your dialer right there. And then you have your settings. And then you have your system info, which I don't know why you would want that on the quick drop down. And then you have do not disturb mode. And that's basically all you get from the drop down top menu. When you swipe up, you get into all of your notifications. You cannot respond to any of these. All you can do is delete them. So that's basically all you can do is delete them. If you swipe over, you can also delete them. But that's it right there. Very
Very simple, and you can of course delete all of them. Okay, so that is basically the user interface. There's no ability to send text. There's no ability to do anything with your voice. Absolutely nothing other than what I just showed you is what will happen. So very simple and very straightforward, budget-friendly smartwatch UI, which is a little bit annoying because this display is really nice. The viewing angles are phenomenal. The colors are really bright and vibrant. And it just kind of sucks that you can't really take advantage of this large display with any useful apps. Okay, let's take a minute and talk about the phone dialer. So you have the option to click on the phone dialer. You can then put in any phone number you want and start your phone call. It will then connect to your phone and start going. The only problem is the speaker on the back is very minimal. Like, it's really hard to hear it even at max volume. It may differ depending on what phone you've connected to. Indianapolis, Indiana. Indianapolis, Indiana. The other thing is the microphone right here, you really need to be a couple inches from it. It's not something you can be a few feet from. So you're gonna have to pull your watch straight up to your mouth to make phone calls, but in a pinch, you're gonna be able to do it really easily. So the phone dialer works in a pinch. It's not something you're gonna wanna use all the time, but if you couldn't get to your phone and you needed to answer the call, then this is going to do the job, just not the best out there. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Okay, let's just go ahead and go through some of the things that they have on here. So they have the ability to check your SpO2. You can actually see the red down there as it's working. Then you got female health here. And you have meditation. Then you have the ability to do a stopwatch. And you have a timer, which is really cool. They have all these presets here, where you can set your alarm. Or you can go ahead and take a picture with this, and it'll take a picture with your phone through Bluetooth. And then you have Find My Phone. There it goes, it found it. And then of course you can check your heart rate. All right, let's go ahead and talk about battery life. So in my testing, I found that the battery life is not the greatest. You're gonna get a handful of days on battery if you do workouts during the day, ranging anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. You're gonna shorten that battery life. I'm definitely noticing that it doesn't have as good of battery life as some of the other smartwatches I reviewed. That could be a firmware update fix, or it could be simply they need to send out an update version of this and have a version 2. But as of right now, I'm getting, like I said, a handful of days, and it's decent. You can charge it up relatively quickly with the charger, so that's not bad. If you charge it at night, you're going to be fine. You're going to wake up, you're going to get a full day's use of workouts and step counting and heart rate and all that stuff. So it does have all those sensors built into it, which other budget-friendly smartwatches don't have. So it's going to drain the battery a little bit more. So it is really doing a lot of work. So that explains the battery drain. But like I said, hopefully they send out a firmware update to fix that. All right, let's give this bad boy a star rating. So let's start off with the display. The display is actually really good. I'm going to give the display a 4.8 out of 5 stars. The viewing angles are absolutely amazing. You can really tip this thing around. The colors don't wash out, and the display stays very crispy at all angles. So really happy about that. The user interface is phenomenal. It definitely is snappy and very quick.
There's not a lot to offer you, but for what they have, it's really, really nice. They've done a really good job of making sure everything is clean and smooth and fast. And I love the fact that when you go into something, you can just swipe right out by swiping to the right. So that is actually really, really cool. Lack of apps definitely hurts the user interface. It definitely hurts the whole watch itself. Let's talk about the build quality. So the build quality is phenomenal. You're not going to go wrong when you buy this thing. The sensors on the back do their job. It really kicks butt. I actually found out that the clasps on this watch band actually metal. I was kind of surprised. This is actually metal right here, so that's really cool. The band definitely grew on me. I started off thinking it was really cheap, and now I'm actually thinking it's really good quality rubber, and it has the metal right here, so definitely does its job. When I would work out with it, I didn't notice it getting clammy or gross. It just kind of held the sweat, and then I cleaned it off really fast. Same thing with the whole watch itself. It's super easy to clean. I really enjoy it. It fits on the wrist really nice and snug. So I'm going to give this thing a solid 4.5 star rating for budget-friendly smartwatch. I'm going to say for the price, you can't go wrong. This thing is great. Just know all the limitations that I've talked about. And if you buy it with that knowledge, you're going to be very happy. It does a good job, and I can trust that this company is going to keep updating this as much as they can. So definitely buy it with the knowledge that you're probably going to get some updates, and you will get a little bit better watch in the future. All right, there you go. That's the ENOMIR smartwatch. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely clickety-clack that like button. And if you want to join the Adam Lucas family and you want to be a part of this crew, hit that subscribe button. Every time I get a subscriber, I get a boost to make more and more videos. And it's because of you guys, I surpassed 5K. Yes, people, on my way to 6K, but I need your help. Yes, you right there. Tell your friends, tell your family, this guy's on YouTube. They should go subscribe and watch my channel. But as always, I thank you for watching each and every one of my videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.